So here we are on day 6 officially of being on the job. We've got the whole structure in place. This is a 6 metre by 3.6 metre garden room. Because we're more than 2 metres from the boundary, we've got a 3 metre overall height, and that just gives us a little bit more extra headroom inside just to make it feel a bit more spacious. Opposed to when you're complying with the normal 2.5 metres permitted development when you're that little bit closer to the boundary. As you can see, we've got all our cross noggins in. Most importantly, we've got a outer sheathing of OSB on here. That is basically to make the building more rigid. We see a lot of companies not putting any OSB on. It's going to make the building a lot weaker and less likely to stand the test of time. In this garden room, they've got a media centre going down here with a projector. So we've got all the cabling in place that goes back for a projector at this location. And over the far end is where the client will work, and he's also got a laptop. So he'll also be able to port stuff from his laptop straight to the projector onto the screen. They've got nice big doors here, so they've got some French doors in anthracite going in there, and also over here they've got nice big windows. Above the doors, another thing we've seen is a lot of other companies are not putting substantial enough lintels in above doors and windows, and what you have is a risk of everything sagging, then creating pinch points on things like doors, as you get what's called the long-term load pushing down on those timbers. Here we have a double 8x2 or 47 by 195 timbers. Everything we use is C24 graded, which is a stronger grade of timber. It's all tannalized as well. Again, some companies are using CLS. Not ideal. You're outside, you have got a higher risk of moisture in the environment. As you come down off the concrete slab, we have a DPC, and our timbers are sat on top of the DPC just to stop any risk of residual moisture from the slab bleeding up into the frame. Over around the doors and windows, you can see, not so much in this dark, but we've actually got DPC where the doors and windows are going to go on top as well, just to remove any risk. We use external wall insulation. So whereas a lot of companies would be putting insulation inside this void, we actually put ours on the outside of the building. So I'll try and get some light on here so you can actually see it. So here you can see we've got our standard 4x2 stick frame. We've got 50mm of PIR insulation. We've got our primary batten. Now this primary batten gives us a 25mm breathable void, which you must have behind your cladding. Cladding is also known as a rain screen. So you must have that 25mm. Because the client has chosen to have vertical cladding, we've obviously then counter battened. You cannot put this batten straight onto here, because what will happen is any moisture that builds up on the back of your boards will come down, sit on that, and rather than being able to run down the back and down the cavity to escape, it will sit there, and then that water will eventually bleed through your wood, and you'll get damp patches across the front of the timber, which is not what you want. When you install this, it's a breathable membrane. This is Tyvek. When Tyvek goes in, it serves two purposes. It helps prevent moisture travelling into the building, but secondly, it all has to be taped up on the joints. This then helps create an airtight seal around your building, so it means no drafts can penetrate into the building, where it can drag moisture in with it and risk premature failure of the building. We've got switch drop coming in here. They've got 8 downlights in here actually. 8 downlights in banks of 2 on dimmer. just to give them plenty of flexibility for lighting when they're trying to watch a film. So every pair will be on a dimmer. That's about it really. We're obviously on day 6. We'll post some photos to go with this as well, but as you can see, we've got this lovely Siberian larch cladding going all the way round. These timbers overhanging at the moment will be cut to a shorter length to get the desired overhang they want, which I think was 450mm on this. Overhangs are quite useful because they can not only stop the sun beaming in during the summer and warming the room up too quickly, but they can also help of somewhere to stand when you're trying to unlock your garden room if it is raining. We'll post some pictures along with this and try and keep you guys updated with this build.